A pork chop is a delicacy. It has to be moist, it has to be succulent, it has to be delicious. Don't nobody want a dry pork chop.
Hello everyone, my name is Ashley Morgan, but I go by Jerkmuva, and anyone from a Caribbean household knows you must know how to cook. Like, you can't live in a Caribbean household and be whatless.
Hey, what's going on everybody? My name is Jermaine Rawlings, also known as Chef Raw.
I'm Chef Sherry, and I'm bringing Cajun, Jamaican, and African culture to California.
Being a professional chef is crazy.
I threw a brunch in New York City from Los Angeles, and when I got to the venue, the kitchen was probably the size of 2 tables.
So I guess one of the craziest things that's happened to me as a professional chef is I showed up at a house and the stove didn't work.
I had a wedding to do, and they told me to do the COVID, it was like gonna be like 50 people. So it happened it wasn't 50 people. When I got there, it was over like 200. The lady who was over it, she was trying to tell me like, I'm sorry, we didn't know, and I didn't know she invited all these people and stuff like that. And she was like, you just gonna have to make it work. And I'm like, make it work? I know my dish is gonna win because I'm bringing culture. From my Jamaican background, my African background, and my New Orleans heritage, I don't think I can lose.
So the plate is hot, which I'm happy because I like hot food.
Okay. And it looks like a little, was it crawfish? Little crawfish cream sauce or something?
I'm looking for a little bit of texture on the outside, but it's not there, but that doesn't mean anything.
So whoever made this must be from like New Orleans or something, a little Louisiana up in there.
My mouth just started to water a little bit, so I think I smell a little garlic or something. So I'm ready, I'm ready to eat it.
Okay.
You know what's funny? It's reminding me of shake and bake. Do y'all remember when that, I think it was like a box of chicken that had like a penguin on it? It's giving me shake and bake vibes.
It could be a little more moist, I ain't gonna lie.
It's also reminding me of how pork chops were cooked when I was a kid. I'm lying.
There's absolutely no pink in here. I like it to be like on the cusp of being pink, but not quite. And this joint is clearly like white, and you can see like the little, you can see the tendons and the meat and everything kind of breaking apart, which lets you know it's gonna be dry.
It reminds me of things I would eat before I kind of knew how things could be better. Oh, see.
In the sauce, you get the heat, a little bit of spiciness. You get the Old Bay, and then the crawfish add a nice little seafood feel to it.
I feel like it could have come out the oven a little bit sooner, which would have given me more of like a moist cut.
The heat is actually building a little bit. It's getting it's creeping. Not bad, but it's creeping. I feel it. It's definitely creeping.
I'm a saucy girl, so when the sauce is good, it doesn't really matter what's underneath it. So the sauce could have won me over. I think if there were some more aromatics, like maybe some shallots, some garlic, some thyme maybe, or whatever match like the flavor profile of this dish.
I know you don't want to serve anybody a raw pork chop, but maybe just take off a little bit, maybe pull it out that fire maybe a minute or two earlier, because you gotta remember when you sit that thing down, it's gonna keep on cooking a little bit. So on a scale from 1 to 10, I give this one a 7.
I would rate this a 5 because it's not horrible. I think there are some good things that were done here. It's just not my cup of tea. I'm gonna win because I'm Jerkmuva. I know that sounds crazy, but this dish represents me. It's seasoned to the T. Every single aspect of this dish is very intentional, and you can't deny the flavor that's on this plate. You can say anything else, but it's full of flavor.
All I smell is asparagus.
The sweet potatoes and a little bit of asparagus to go with it. Okay.
The asparagus is not like mine. I don't really like the asparagus.
Sounds a little dry. We'll see.
I kind of chewed the piece that wasn't all the way through. And that's another big thing for me. I need my pork chop all the way cooked. I just don't like to mess around with pork and it's raw. It's not good.
The crust is a nice little sweetness to it, but it's a little dry.
I like the glaze. The glaze is good, but it's becoming to be a lot.
Yeah. Well, it's a little dry. I could use a little. I feel a little parched now, but it's good though. The flavor's good.
I'll take one more bite because I kind of like this one. Now it's real raw right here, and I can't chew no more.
I really like the crust on it, but I feel like it could have been. It was just cooked a little bit too long though.
It was almost onto something, but it is so raw and chewy in the inside. Like, really raw. And I can't eat more.
Honestly, I can't really taste, there's no like strong flavor or anything that's jumping out to me. It's just the crust. I got like a nice hit of sweetness, like it's some brown sugar somewhere in.
I don't think this chef should have used the sweet glaze if they was gonna use sweet potatoes too, because it's just too much for me. It's just sweet. Everything tastes sweet.
All right, so with this pork chop on a scale of 1 to 10, I give it like a 6. I mean, it's a little better than average, but I like my pork chops a little more juicy and a little more succulent. You know, that's my personal preference. If I get a pork chop, I need it to be a little more moist on the inside. But so it's not terrible, but at the same time, I feel like it could be better. So
this one is a 4 because everything is just too sweet and it's kind of uncooked.
My pork chop is going to win today because I channeled my ancestors, and they came into these hands and they blessed this pork chop. They blessed this pork chop with everything you need, everything you want. So I don't see why I wouldn't win.
It's like a smoked kind of smell that I'm getting. I like that.
It tastes like this chef put this one on the grill, which I really appreciate. It tastes good. You can taste the flavors of the grill, the smoke. It's very juicy.
And there's some fruit on top of here, it looks like, which I like that because pork pairs very well with, ooh, you see that?
It tastes really good with a lot of flavor.
I can taste like the smoke marks on it from however he cooked it, and I like that. And then there's some fruit on here. I'm assuming this is like a craisin.
I wonder what this jam tastes like. Sweet like I thought it would.
You see, I don't know if you can see that, but when I press, it's like juicy. That's nice.
This recipe is nothing like mine because it has no Cajun culture in it. You know, it's a steak with jam. And it's good, but it has no culture.
The only critique I have for this, or where they could have potentially gone wrong, is the actual pork chop itself could have had more flavor. A lot of the flavor is coming. It's not underwhelming at all, but it's the sauce is carrying it, and then the pork chop is meeting it. I don't know that they're toe to toe.
With this recipe, I'll give it a 5, only because it's not cooked all the way. And the sweetness, too much of the sweetness on top.
I'll give it a 7.5 because of the texture of the pork chop. It was still soft and easy to cut, and because of the glaze that was put on top of it was balanced. And the grilling, extra points for the grilling, that brought it all together.
All right, so first I want to give all grace and glory to the man upstairs, God. You the real one, bro. I always knew I would win. I always knew that this would happen today. It means so much to me. You know, couldn't have done this without my mama. Gave me years and years of training. You know, mama, this one's for you.